Hi guys, and welcome to my 40-second video. Thank you so much for joining me if you are a return subscriber, or hello if you are new. My name's Adrina, I'm an Australian teacher, currently on a break at the moment, trying to figure out this whole teacherpreneur online space, selling my clip art and teaching resources on the platform Teachers Pay Teachers. So, with that said, this video is going to be a little discussion about the new updates that have sort of happened over the last 2 months, like April, May. Before I jump in, I just want to quickly say, this is not my usual background, I know, because I tried filming where I usually film with me in front of my computer, but it's been really gloomy today and there was just no natural light and I looked horrible and it was just not a thing. So I'm filming here because the lighting is honestly better and that is that. And I have literally about an hour before I have to go get my little man from daycare, so I gotta make this snappy. But I did want to make it kind of chill and casual because I feel chill and casual because I'm like in my I'm still in my gym wear, and to make it more chill and casual, I've got my green tea. So it is just going to be more of a chit-chatty type of video, just discussing some things about Teachers Pay Teachers and the new updates. And it does have things to involve clip artists, so if you are here as a clip artist wanting to know a bit more about something as an update for a clip artist, an update I need to tell you about as well, if you don't know. So the first thing I want to bring up is Easel. So if you don't know what Easel is, it is basically a little part on Teachers Pay Teachers that allows you to make a digital worksheet. So just like you'd create a worksheet that you'd print out and a child would complete, they've basically given you the ability to recreate that worksheet, that printed worksheet, and turn it digital. So obviously when coronavirus hit, they needed something to be able to, access digitally while everyone was at home. So TpT were innovative and they created this platform or part of, or whatever you want to say, integration into TpT to allow that. Now, from a perspective of a seller, it's still very new. The platform itself, it's embedded into Teachers Pay Teachers, which I know some sellers aren't really happy about because it doesn't make the experience, or doesn't feel sometimes like the experience is as smooth as if you were to do something completely separate to TpT. But I think Teachers Pay Teachers really are promoting it because I can see that's the way of the future. Because, when we had the whole lockdowns and everything like that, they were like, what can we do to help our teachers out to be able to, send work home digitally without having to, have that face-to-face delivery. So I think Easel, there's a lot of different thoughts on Easel at the moment, and there's a lot of different perspectives, and some people like it, some people don't really like it, some people are on the fence. Some people are I'm more so thinking on the seller's point of view, at least from what I've gauged from the groups I'm a part of. I think people are still kind of trying to work Easel out, and I know a lot of teachers that I've read in comments and stuff like that, they've said they don't actually even use Easel, but there are some people that say they have used it and they have enjoyed it and whatnot. But I think because it's still new and I think the trust is still building with Easel, then that is probably one of the reasons why I think a lot of sellers are still kind of on the fence about what is Easel worth doing, sort of thing. So basically the update that comes with Easel, there's 3 different updates I kind of want to speak about. So first of all, through a Teachers Pay Teachers email that I received recently. So if you were a seller, you would have got this email as well. But basically, one of the new updates that they have now included with Easel is the ability to include and embed internal and external links. So if you were wanting to click on a link inside your Easel document, it would lead you to something else, or you could include external links. So if you wanted to link to something outside of TpT, I'm pretty sure that's what they mean by that, then you could. So that gives an extra ability for if someone was to say, for example, create a worksheet and you needed to view a particular video, they could link the video in that way. So that is really helpful for anyone wondering about that. And I thought that was really interesting because I feel like Easel in some ways is going to be the future. I just think at the moment, Easel is still at that infancy stage of trying to figure out how can they best use it and how can the navigation side of things for teachers be more seamless and more easy. So with that, Teachers Pay Teachers have also now released a Easel Certified Sellers program. And it's like a course basically. It's free. I'm actually gonna do it. I know there have been a few people that have said they have done it. I started it actually just before I started filming this video, and it's a fairly decent course. There's a few things like half an hour, 40 something minutes, 60 minutes. So it's quite a few hours, I think, or at least an hour all up, or maybe a little bit more. I haven't done the whole thing yet. If you do complete that training, then there's some perks possibly at the end for certified sellers. I don't know if there is any perks or anything like that of such because I haven't even completed it, so I don't know, but that's sort of what was said. Put a screenshot up here just of kind of what it said. But yeah, so with the Easel thing, this is the third thing I wanted to talk about. So basically for Clipartists. So in that same email, they basically were saying calling out all Clipartists, if you allow your Clipart to be used in Easel, which is a secure program, no one can lift the Clipart images, then please sign this document to say that you are an Easel approved Clipartist so people can use your Clipart in Easel products. So because my terms of use are very flexible, as you may know if you have been watching my videos, I do have a pretty lenient terms of use, so you can pretty much use it in any commercial works, and that would definitely include Easel. I have no problems with using Clipart in Easel, as long as you give credit. That's basically the simplistic nature of my my terms of use. Now, I know not every Clipartist have that terms of use, but my particular one does. And I was just going to say, if you are a Clipartist and you are wanting to allow that, or if in your terms of use you are fine with that, then fill in the form, because they will put you on their list of approved TpT Clipartists that you can use basically, so buyers can use your Clipart in if they were to create Easel worksheets. So with that said, I signed the form and I am actually on the list. I'll put a little screenshot in here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on the list. So that's super cool. So I'm glad that I'm on the list on Teachers Pay Teachers in that Clipartist Easel list. So that was pretty exciting to see my little store name there. So because I'm only little, but it was cool to see that there. So if you are someone that is wanting to allow that, then definitely look into that for your terms of use and see if you can apply to that to say, yes, you will be fine with allowing others to use your Clipart in basically an Easel product. So they're the three main kind of updates for Easel. Now, like I said, Easel is, if I'm just going to give my honest opinion about Easel, I personally think it is the way of the future. I really think what they're trying to do, I see the vision. I see the vision of what they're trying to do. In regards to the functionality of how it's actually displayed and stuff like that, I feel like there's still a little bit of work. I have actually created some Easel and some Easel digital worksheets on my first store, and I have had a few of them sell, and I've had a bundle of sold, but if I'm honest, they're not at that level of success or anything like that. They sell here and there. So in regards to people actually using Easel, I think there's a little bit of time that needs to go by and a little bit more figuring out on TPT's end of how to make this the most easiest way for teachers to be able to navigate. I think one thing that I remember reading, some people are having issues with is the fact that to use the resources, you do have to access Teachers Pay Teachers, and then from Teachers Pay Teachers, then you have to go into Easel. But what problem comes up there is where some, like, and this is more so US, because like I said, it's kind of a bit different over here in Australia, but this is just from what I've gathered from reading comments and stuff like that. But one of the biggest things I had seen pop up was basically not all schools or states over there allow to even go onto the Teachers Pay Teachers website while at school. So that like site is blocked. So I mean, that is definitely one way to deter someone from, you know, wanting to even learn Easel as a teacher or wanting to use Easel. So where you have, I guess, like the Google Classroom sort of set up, it might be, you know, some people would prefer that over Easel at this point, because you have to go through, it seems like a bit of like a few hoops to kind of get it there. So my thoughts are, like I said, I really see the vision. I see what they're trying to do there. I like the idea. I really do, but I just think there needs to be a bit more moving around and figuring out how it can be the best, you know, best platform to use, and why would teachers want to use that over something like Google Suite or Google Classroom or whatever. So yeah, they're a little bit of my thoughts of Easel. I am going to do the Easel program. I'm going to complete that, and I think I want to do that in my first store, obviously, because I do sell products. But I think, like I said, I think this digital landscape is changing so dramatically. Like, since I've even been on Teachers Pay Teachers, like, there has been so many different new updates since when I even started, and that's only been fairly recently. So, I mean, fully started. But yeah, I just have seen a lot of growth so far, so I feel like Teachers Pay Teachers are really, really pushing Easel and really promoting it really strongly. I really feel like their team truly believes in the vision, and I feel like they know something that we don't know. So I feel like from their end, it's like they see what is going to happen. They can see kind of where they want to take Easel. We don't, as sellers, quite know where they're trying to go with it, but I think on the team end, they have this vision of where this could go and how much impact it could have. But also, I guess, they know the landscape of, you know, digital is going to continue to grow, and it's only going to be more so pushed towards the technology side of things. So yeah, if anything, obviously coronavirus really just like turned the tables on digital teaching and really exacerbated how we teach with technology now and how we can teach with technology. So I think that is why, you know, Teachers Pay Teachers really truly believe in the vision of Easel. But I think, like I said, still early days for Easel and still moving parts that still need to kind of be figured out. And I guess from a seller's point of view too, is it worth, like, monetary wise, if as a seller you were finding quite a lot of success through Easel, then I think as the time went on, you would really be strongly wanting to do Easel products, or just to make sure that all of your products existing are Easel compatible. But if there is not that much compensation in that way, if like as a seller, if you can't see, you know, that monetary value for your time and effort spent in, it might not be worth making that as an Easel product. It really depends too on what particular, you know, kind of store you have. You might have a store that is literally like printable crafts, and you can't really turn printable crafts, things that you have to physically make to enjoy the actual activity, like into an Easel product, really. So there's lots of different things to consider, and I think, you know, TpT is still trying to navigate the whole thing, really. So that's basically the Easel side of things. Those three things again, so you can embed internal and external links. There is a free Easel certified sellers program that people can partake in if you are a Teachers Pay Teachers seller, and that really is something that is quite a long thing, but it might be worth it. I don't know if there is actually truly any perks to it because I haven't completed it yet, but I am going to complete it just to kind of see what that's all about and to see if it's something that I really want to kind of continue on with. And thirdly, if you are a clip artist and you are okay with people allowing your clip art to be used in Easel, then make sure you sign the little form to say, yes, I want to be on that list, to say I am a seller that sells clip art that will allow my clip art to be used for Easel. So the next point that I want to talk about is basically, I don't know if you've realized or if you've noticed, if you are a seller, you may have noticed that the kind of homepage changed a little bit and some things looked completely different. So at the moment, Teachers Pay Teachers are experimenting, or they are testing out an improved look for Teachers Pay Teachers. So they did say, actually, and I'll read it here. So basically they said, rolling site updates. So in recent months, you may have noticed us testing changes to the layout of the homepage and an overall improved look and feel to the site. Our research and testing shows that these updates make it easier for educators to find what they need on TpT. So we'll be rolling out these updates to buyers and sellers soon. We're excited for you to see them. So up first, you'll see changes to the homepage, including an updated header, an updated navigation bar, a new look and feel for homepage modules. So this obviously email was sent a little while ago, but just recently I noticed when I looked at my Teachers Pay Teachers store and just like when I was scrolling through TpT, I was like, they have changed the look of it, and they moved things around, and it was interesting. And yeah, I just thought I would let you know that in a few maybe weeks or so, I don't know when they're truly gonna fully release that, but if you have noticed changes, you're not going crazy because they've changed it like back, I think, but you're not going crazy because I've seen them too. I remember seeing it and then it kind of going back to normal, I think. So yeah, they've changed things around. So look forward to a new kind of updated navigation feel and just the look of the site. So that'll be interesting to see if the changes reflect or change any way that people search and find particular products on Teachers Pay Teachers. So, and that's been said, I have two more things I would like to tell you kind of about. Now, if you are a seller, now this one is going to be a bit more niche to only elected sellers, but I thought it might be interesting or just important to tell others out there, because you might be watching me and you might not just be a clip artist, you might be someone that is an actual seller and just sells resources as well. But I basically wanted to talk about the Flex Better Catalog. So I kind of, from my understanding, I'm just going to break it down for you guys, for anyone that is kind of like still confused about it. This is to the best understanding of my ability and from what I can gather that this is going to be. But I think it's important because it's still, it's a very new thing that has literally just come out, or it's going to come out, and it is in its testing phase. So basically it's called the Flex Better Catalog. So if you are a seller, you might already know we have something that's called School Access, or TpT School Access, and that is basically a program, or whatever you want to call it, that allows schools to, access resources from Teachers Pay Teachers using like a credit licensing sort of system. So from what I can gather, like a school gets or pays for or gets given, or whatever the deal is with TpT, they have a deal with TpT, I'd imagine, and they then get a certain amount of credits or licenses for that school to give to their teachers, and their teachers then are given a certain amount of licenses that they can use to use or spend their credits, say, or their licenses to purchase a resource without having to spend their own personal money. So the school's trying to support them with that, from them having to spend it out of their own pocket, which is a good thing in many ways, that the schools are on board with that. That is a good thing. So The Flex Better Catalog. I will read a little bit about, basically it is a part of TpT School Access, and it is in its testing trials at the moment. So let me just read this out to you so you can kind of get a better idea. So it basically says, we're excited to beta test this new way for educators to use resources within TpT School Access and an additional way for teacher authors to earn. Through the Flex catalog, teachers will be able to use more TpT resources more often, and teacher authors can grow their earnings from schools. So how does the Flex catalog better work for schools? So currently on TpT School Access, administrators provide their teachers with a number of resource licenses, which act like credits teachers can use to access individual resources in the TpT School Access catalog. This gives teachers the ability to access resources without paying out of pocket, up to the number of licenses they've been provided. So basically exactly what I just said. Accessing resources from the Flex catalog will work differently. So this is the new program they've got. So TpT School Access, now the Flex Better catalog, this is now the new thing that they're trialing. So it's going to work differently. So to access resources in the Flex catalog, teachers will not have to draw down from their limited number of licenses. This will give educators the flexibility to explore more resources and meet more of their classroom needs. So on a seller's end, how does this earning opportunity work for teacher authors? So let's have a look. And now I'm just reading this off. It wasn't an email, you guys. It's actually on their website. So if you want to go and look at their website, this is actually on there. I'm just realizing it's not through the email that they sent me. Teacher authors with resources that fall within the initial beta criteria can choose if they want to participate in Flex catalog and which resources to include. They can choose up to 5 resources, though most will have fewer than 5 that fall within the initial beta criteria. So teacher authors will receive guaranteed earnings for resources in the Flex catalog every month they're included, instead of earning per access on these resources. So over the course of 12 months, resources in the Flex catalog will earn the equivalent of what they earned on the marketplace in 2021. The amount will be paid out in 12 equal monthly installments over the course of the year-long test. So in addition to earning through the Flex catalog, these resources will continue to earn from any sales on the marketplace. So basically, if you're wondering about that, basically Teachers Pay Teachers is the marketplace. Here's a little picture of the marketplace. Then we have, through the marketplace, you have what's called School Access. And then, so let's put School Access here. So we've got the Teachers Pay Teachers Marketplace, School Access, and a part of School Access is now what's going to be called the Flex catalog. So this will be included in the School Access part of things. So it'll be School Access with the option of the Flex catalog as well. So let me just read this last little bit to get a better idea. Alright, so let's just break this down. This is kind of an example that they've given us. So if a resource earned $200 on the marketplace in 2021, a teacher author would earn a total of $200 for including that resource in the Flex catalog over the 12-month beta. This amount would be paid out in 12 equal installments, 12 equal monthly installments over the course of the beta year. The teacher author will be earning in 2 ways from this resource. A total of $200 from the Flex catalog during the beta year, plus the ongoing earnings from sales on the marketplace. So basically, if you are a selected person, or you've chosen to, or if your resources are applicable, you have 2 different ways of earning money from that particular resource. So it will have to be really up to you, and whether that is something that aligns to your own kind of idea of what you want to do in your business. But this beta testing is very specific, so it's not just for every or any seller, but basically it says, what resources are we starting with? Because the Flex catalog is a limited test, we're starting with a small number of resources that fall within an initial set of objective criteria. So when determining this criteria, we wanted to be sure the collection would support a range of educators right from the beginning by including a diverse selection of resources. Additionally, we took into account certain signals that administrators look for when choosing ways to support their educators, such as standards alignment. Resources in the Flex catalogue will include these types of signals. So with this in mind, we're starting with resources that fall within the following beta criteria. So the first thing is enrolled in School Access. So to be part of the Flex catalogue, obviously you have to be part of School Access. Secondary is standards tagged or include standards in the title or description. So you have to make sure that you have standards that are linked below in the description, or that they're tagged through when you're uploading your actual product. So it has to also be rated 4 or above with 15 or more ratings. So it is very specific at the moment for this beta testing group. It has to be purchased at least 15 times on the marketplace in 2021, and it has to have at least earned between $10 and $1,000 in 2021. So those are very select criteria to even be able to qualify for this beta section of the Flex catalog. So basically it says here too, there are so many fantastic resources on TpT, so expect to expand to more resources in the coming months. It says too, on April 14th, so last month, if you have qualifying resources, you'll be notified by email and a banner on your seller dashboard. So if you are one of those people, you would have that. I don't know if you would be if you're watching my video, probably not. But if you are, then you're one of those people that are quite established to be able to be in that category. So, and well done to you if you are. This banner will link you to a list of resources that meet the criteria, and you'll have until May 12th at 11:59 PT to select up to 5 resources to include in the catalogue and to agree to the terms. Resources opted into the Flex catalogue will remain in the catalogue for the duration of this limited test. So from July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023, that's the time limit of how long this is going to be a beta test. So educators will be able to use the Flex catalogue starting on July 1st, as long as they have an active subscription. This is a beta test at the moment. Obviously, selected people are only able to access this at the moment. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they're trying to go with this in the future, whether it is successful or whether it, flops or whatever. It'd be really interesting to see after this year how this will affect other sellers, and if they are going to then allow certain other resources to be a part of the Flex catalog. From what I'm gathering though, the feel of what I'm getting from this is like schools want to have more trust in TpT, and TpT wants to provide that. So by providing the most high quality resources that they can in this, group of selection for schools, they are then doing kind of their due diligence to put the best products forward. And so that might be those sellers that are more established, that have been on the platform for longer, to be able to access that. But yeah, it'll be just interesting to see how they take this. I know some people were a little worried about kind of the future for their own business with it, and if it's kind of going into like a subscription kind of model. And there's been a lot of chat in the community about it all, and some people are like, I'm not sure about it. Some people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a go, see how it goes. Like that means there's 2 different alternative ways for me to earn money. And so yeah, it'll be really interesting to see, some of those more established sellers to kind of comment back on what is actually going to happen over that year, to see if they believe that is worth it, or if it's like, if it was, a thing that they wanted to be a part of, or they will continue to be a part of. So I guess it's like School Access. A lot of people are like, no, I'm not going to opt into School Access for their reasons. But some people are just like, that allows me to have an extra additional income as well. So why not help more people out there, more teachers out there, by providing my resources? So that is that really. I have one last little clip art related thing which I am so excited about. This is not Teachers Pay Teachers related, but I basically wanted to tell you guys. So I was exploring, or like, I don't know how I got there. I think I was looking at Procreate brushes. This is like definitely like side note, so if you're not a clip artist you won't really relate to this, but if you are, you will relate to this. Maybe if you do make clip art on Procreate. But basically, if you do make clip art on Procreate, like I do, they have an exciting thing that I don't know when it's coming, but it's exciting because I went onto their website, and I'll see if I can kind of like link a little video here, but I went onto their website and they basically said, well not said, they just have like a tab, and I noticed it said Marketplace and it says coming soon. So with that being said, if you are a clip artist, this might be a space to keep your eye on, because if Procreate itself has a marketplace for people to upload, either even if that's like brushes or like digital assets or like work that they create through Procreate, that is going to be just a whole different game, and that is going to be super interesting, and I definitely want to be a part of that if that is the case. So at the moment, like, this is just like a personal update. I've been playing around with also creating my own brush set and making a brush set on Procreate, and I've had a lot of fun doing it and success. So I will let you know a little bit more about that as I continue to trial it and test it and stuff like that. But yeah, there's just basically my little updates. That's our little clip art chit chat for today. This is all TPT related, so I know it's kind of rambly, I know it's kind of random, but I just needed to get that off my chest and let you guys know, because it's going to be interesting to see with those new updates kind of what the landscape of TPT is going to look like moving into the future, because like I said, I've not been on TPT for that long, but I've seen lots of different changes so far. So it tells me that TPT is progressive in that way, and they're really looking towards the future of how to like be better, how to kind of cater for, you know, the future in that way. So yeah, they're my thoughts. Let me know what you think about any of those new updates, and if you know any more updates that have kind of happened recently over the last 2 months, because it just seems like, you know, TPTs are coming out with bang, 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 all these new different things, and we're like, oh wow, okay, TPT, you're on a roll. All these different things you're trying to do. Okay, hold on a minute, let me just wrap my head around it first. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents about the matter, and yeah, I hope that was informative for anyone that is a Teachers Pay Teachers seller, or if you're wanting to be a Teachers Pay Teachers seller. There's some insights about what is going on in the TPT community at the moment if you are looking at joining in the future. With that said, it is almost time for me to go and pick my little man up. So thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. I'm sorry it was like really rambly, but it is what it is, and yeah, thank you once again. I appreciate your time, and I will see you in my next video. I'm thinking the next one is going to be a tutorial of some sort, you guys, because the last ones I haven't really been able to share a tutorial of any sort to help you guys learn on anything. So I want to do that in maybe the next one. So have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Adios!